what we remember about the bass guitar is that these are actually the low four strings, the four lowest strings of a guitar. So from the E, A, D, and G, and then on the guitar you have the B and E string. So some tuners have a hard time reading the bass since it's down an octave, so I like to tune using harmonics. For instance, if I'm going to start with the G string, I use the harmonic in the middle of the neck, and that gives me just a little clearer signal. Here's the D, here's the A, and the low E. So that's a lot easier for the tuner to hear and actually for our ears to hear as well. So, and to check that the bass is in tune with itself, sometimes I like to use the harmonics. Most of you know how to make a harmonic sound on the bass, but for those of you that don't, you lightly rest the finger of your left hand over the fret and you pluck with your right hand. And that gives you the harmonic. And you'll find that there are harmonics all the way up and down the neck. So for instance, on the G string, if you finger the D harmonic, which is just over where the note D would be on that string, you'd get that sound just by lightly resting the finger over the note, over the fret. Now that same note D is going to be on the D string where you finger the note G. So here's the note G, but if you rest your finger slightly over that fret, you get the D. So that's where we find the two Ds. And again, we go across the neck and do the same thing for the A and the E. I place the harmonic that's over the D note on the G string and over the G note on the D string. And I listen to those together. And if there's no beats, I know that they're in tune with each other. Of course, if they were out of tune, it would sound something like this. And you can hear that. So even if you don't have a tuner, you can use your ears to determine whether these strings are in tune or not. And as they get closer in tune, you'll hear beats until it sounds like one string. I'm plucking with two fingers on the right hand and just lightly resting the left hand over the harmonics. Okay, those sound in tune. Do the same thing with the D string, the A string, and the E string. And again, if they're out of tune, you'll hear a little bit of a beat. So we have to use our ears, but that sounds pretty good. And that's tuning with harmonics.